And now another in our series on two public school leaders facing tough challenges. On Monday, John Merrow reported on the ongoing efforts to reform the Washington, D.C. school system. Tonight, he updates how the new head of the New Orleans schools is doing.
Because she set that bar high. And if you set the bar high, the higher you set it, the higher the children are going to perform.
Ever since arriving in New Orleans in July, School Superintendent Paul Vallas has been on the move. He spends a good part of each day building support in the community.
We are currently trying to secure enough money to, in effect, do 40 renovations over the next couple years.
And making sweeping changes in the classroom.
Well, let's think about how we do math. Kids who struggle in reading often move much faster in math.
It's a whirlwind schedule for the 53-year-old Vallas.
My day will usually begin about 7:30 in the morning, particularly if I'm doing a school visit, and my day will usually end about, an early day for me is 6:30, a late day for me is 9:30, 10 o'clock.
After successful, if controversial, appointments running the much larger Chicago and Philadelphia school systems, Paul Vallas was brought in to rescue the state-run Recovery School District. 60 schools, 12,000 students. The people of New Orleans expect a lot from him.
We know that key to rebuilding our community is getting great schools in our neighborhood.
New Orleans parent Karen Harper Royal serves on the Recovery School District Advisory Committee.
I know many people who have not come home to New Orleans yet because the schools are not up and running in many of our most devastated neighborhoods. If you build a wonderful school, bricks and mortar, great program, community supporting it, people will begin to come back.
Building strong schools is at the heart of Vallas's plan. He's working with a budget of almost $250 million, a mix of state funding and federal restart monies.
We did a great job preparing those buildings to the best of our ability. I mean, the buildings are clean and painted, and the bathrooms have been repaired, and the hot lunches and all that. The technology in the classrooms, the new textbooks, the modern furniture. I think all these things are making for a better learning environment.
Oh, it is a minor.
Emboldened by his early accomplishments, Vallas is feeling confident.
If within 2 years, this district has not significantly improved, if I have not achieved 90% of what I've promised, then, by right, they should put me on the Amtrak and send me back home to Chicago.
While many of Paul Vallas's initiatives got off to a smooth start, there have been bumps along the way. Some schools have been having problems since day one. At Rob Wynn High School, Vallas's largest school, glitches in the district's new computerized scheduling system led to chaos on opening day.
Keep walking. Let's go. Everyone should be in the classroom.
We kind of came on the first day, and we found out that morning that there'd just been a huge problem.
Get your classes!
Literally everyone kept coming in and saying, I have your class, I have your class, I have your class. And I'm thinking, how in the world do I have 40 kids that have biology 5th period?
A solution was slow in coming.
At this time, I need any student that has not received a schedule to the auditorium.
Revised schedules did little to remedy the situation, and problems continued well into October.
I had like 4 different schedules this year, and it just hasn't been right for me.
This ain't your class.
This isn't your class.
You're not in my class.
The problem came from poor record keeping on behalf of whomever, however. There's no schedules. There's kids running all over. One day you have one student, and the next day you don't. And it's frustrating for any teacher.
I think Raven's in my 30s.
I think we've had more problems at Rob Wynn in part because of what was not done last year. Last year, there was no effort made to update the student records. We have such a large number of children who are in this system or who have just returned to the system, and yet if there are records, and that's a big if, those records are out of date, those records are not accurate.
The scheduling confusion aggravated another problem, one with deep roots in the community.
It's kind of ingrained in New Orleans school system that, attendance is not a huge priority. 4 days a week is a good week.
Wanisha, Patricia, Bernard, and that's it. So that's a total of 10 out of 30.
You have kids who don't think that education is important. You have kids who come from families who, don't push the issue about getting to school on time or even getting to school at all. So I think it's the apathy in the home/community environment.
Let's go back to your first period class.
Many students who did come to school seemed to spend much of the day wandering the halls and reporting late to class.
Hey, tuck your shirt in to your first period class.
All of you have passed geometry?
With the administration focused on scheduling problems, teachers were on their own.
Right now, handling students that are acting out is a little bit difficult since we're still sorting through the schedules. Our school-wide discipline hasn't been as concrete and solid as it should be.